According to Google, the average ski holiday starts at £2,000 per person, with the most expensive holidays costing 10 grand for 1 week. However, for those of you who want a taste of the snow without the price tag, I think I may have found the solution. Scotland. A nation that boasts 5 ski resorts less than 6 hours drive away, and as someone who believes in a good British holiday, I couldn't resist. So here's what it's like to go on a skiing holiday that's less than £100. Now, logistically, the planning for this has been an absolute nightmare. And honestly, the plans have changed about 5 or 6 different times. Initially, I was meant to go with Freya. Then Freya couldn't come because she's away with family in Liverpool. So then I invited my mate Matt. So it's been a little bit chaotic. Regardless though, Freya is now going to Liverpool and we are now going to have to leave.
Say goodbye to YouTube. We love you. We're going to be late. Pack your bags, we're off.
Okay, all right. Well, that's your answer. Let's go to Scotland. How does it feel to know that right now you could be coming skiing?
I no offence, but with your timeliness, I think we need a bit of a break. The stress you cause me in the morning.
1 minute late. 1 minute late. Causing stress.
You're there lying in bed, scrolling on your phone.
What do you want me to help you with? What am I doing? What am I doing?
Yeah, what you're doing? Absolutely nothing.
After all that, we're now an hour early for the train.
No, but the only reason we're an hour early is because there wasn't the diversion, which was there yesterday, which took us an extra 40 minutes to get to town. So we're just lucky that there wasn't a diversion.
We are now approaching Wilmcote.
For being cranky. And I hope you accept my apology.
Yeah, I accept your apology. Alright, well that's all my stress gone for the weekend. Only joking. You're alright, mate. You ready for the skiing trip of a lifetime, buddy? And this is why UK road tripping is underrated. Outrageous. We've just arrived at our first stop, which is a services, and debatably the nicest services I've ever been at. They've got a farm shop here, which I did not realise was a thing that they normally have at services. Like normally it's just a Burger King slapped in between, I don't know, a WH Smith and a McDonald's. I'm going to be totally honest, I didn't think I'd ever see the day that I'd rock up at a services and have the option of being able to buy Sicilian lemons. I feel like I'm going through culture shock right now. It's literally mountain view with a lake in front of the service station. It's actually nuts. You know what, you take the piss. No more expensive than a Burger King meal. Literally. Like what? 13 quid for some fish chips and a bottle of water. Breathtaking. I think it's probably the most simplistic way of summing up that experience. I have never experienced cultural shock within my own country, but I did not realise that a service station like that could exist. In other news though, the only other thing that is slightly concerning that we have also received an update on is that the actual ski resort itself posted on their official Instagram page today basically saying that all of the roads into the ski resorts were shut because of snow, which just sounds like the most bizarre juxtaposing statement I've ever heard in my entire life. I mean, surely, like, if there's anywhere that's going to be adapted for the snow, you'd hope that it would be a ski resort. The good news is that I think it's now going to give them hopefully an entire day to like open up a couple more runs, because I think a lot of the runs haven't been open because, well, they haven't had any snow. So yeah, fingers crossed on that. But until then, we're going to crack out some tunes.
It's actually snowing so heavily too. I don't know why I'm whispering. I think it's because everyone's asleep and it's dark.
So welcome to tonight's accommodation. This is our lovely little, I mean, it's described as a shed online, and it's probably realistically not very far off of that. I'll give you a very quick talk as well, to be honest. Well, it's going to be very quick because there's literally nothing to show. On one end of the shed, we have the double bed over there, and then we then have two more beds over here where Matt will be sleeping tonight because weirdly he prefers a single bed. Down here, we then have the stove, which Matt is kind of trying to put on at the moment because there's actually no heating in here. There's also no running water and no charging points, which we're kind of a bit concerned about for tonight because my phone is on literally 3% right now. Through here we have somewhat of a makeshift kitchen, but again there is no running water, so even though there is a basin, it's kind of useless. And they do have some water in that thing there, but I don't really know what you could potentially use it for, to be honest. But yeah, the only other thing really to note is that there is literally no Wi-Fi or signal, so we are entirely kind of cut off. But yeah, other than all the minor concerns, I think I'd say that I've done pretty well in booking this. I mean, it was only £70 a night, which is pretty bloody good, all things considering, because Matt has obviously done a huge amount of driving today and I'm just generally feeling tired as per usual, to be honest. And we are going to try and get an early night. It's going to be nice. We're going to be disconnected from everyone. We're going to do a little bit of reading, and then tomorrow we're going to have to get up early because pretty much we are still 45 minutes drive away from, well, where the skiing actually takes place, because there is no accommodation anywhere near it. And well, there is accommodation, it's a hostel, and as I said, it's booked. I'm waffling. Let's go to bed.
Glimpse of the sunrise. Oh wow. She's a beauty. I'll tell you what, I've definitely had worse walks to the morning shower in the morning than this. I couldn't really see any of it last night, obviously, so I didn't really know, well, any of what was going on around me. I mean, check out that for a house. I mean, it's technically a castle, apparently. I don't really know what constitutes as a castle. Maybe the fact that it's got a turret. But however, one thing that I am definitely concerned about is that when we arrived yesterday, I think everything here was kind of like cobbles, and we've still got to get that car all the way down that road. We might have to get the snow tyres on, that's for sure. Time to get on the road.
So good morning properly this time, rather than half asleep trying to work my way out to the shower. Now this morning was possibly a little bit slower than I'd hoped for. We were kind of hoping to get to the ski slopes by now. However, we discovered that there are some pigs on the land, and there's also a lot of other nature that we kind of ended up trying to enjoy this morning. However, the animals are now fed and we are feeling very one with nature. And now it's just kind of the battle to see if we can actually reach the ski centre itself. The roads are, well, I mean, you can see it's not too bad here, but we have driven through some pretty patchy sections already, and we're only about, dare I say, maybe about 600 or 700 meters actually from the place itself, and we have got to go maybe 26, 27 miles still to get to the ski resort. However, we do have snow chains, so we'll see. The other good news is that they've actually opened another ski lift. Basically, they only normally have 3 ski lifts open when it's artificial snow. Like the ski resort is kept open all year round with fake snow. But when they have real snow, they then open up the rest of them with, you know, the 30 kilometers of runs that they supposedly have. And I don't know how many of these runs are actually going to be open today, but there is another lift open, so I'm assuming that will open up more than the 3 runs that we were kind of anticipating. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna lock in for one of the slowest drives of my entire life, and I shall see you on the slopes.
Well, welcome to Glen. None of the lifts seem to be open. This is not ideal. I think one of the strangest things about this like particular ski hire is normally when you enter into a ski hire place in France, they don't want to speak to you, they don't want to know anything about you, and they're incredibly unhappy that you're there and speaking to them in English. Whereas here, you know, they're all speaking English, it's lovely, everyone seems happy that there's a bit of snow. It's rather splendid, really. Right, so we picked up all the ski gear, and we actually had a little conversation with the man that was actually providing us with the skis about sort of the Glen Shee and the general area, because I clearly didn't do as much research on this place as I thought I had. Pretty much, apparently, every single year there was snow between December and April, I don't know, for as long as anyone could remember, and then obviously since global warming's kicked in, it's not quite cold enough, and then it rains, and then, you know, when they do end up getting snow, eventually it just disappears in an instant, because if it rains it melts, you know. It's kind of how the principles of physics work. So, you know, when previously they would have had sort of 6 months of sort of 6 foot deep snow and sort of everything open and all these incredible runs going, now they're kind of stuck with artificial snow, and then whenever they can get it open, they try and get it open. I mean, you know, it is scary to think that only maybe 2 or 3 days ago this was entirely green. But regardless of the fact that, well, most of the resort is shut, we're still going to try and take advantage of being up here. I mean, you know, we're still hopefully going to be able to get some good snow. We were also told that potentially we could look to hike up the mountain and actually then ski down ourselves, but the problem is that they can't take any liability if anything goes wrong, which is kind of why the lifts are shut, because in areas it could potentially be patchy. But in my books, I think there's some pretty good powder in some areas, so maybe we'll try and take advantage of that. Alright, well, after realising that the only slope that's open is about 25 metres long, we made the decision that we're just going to walk to the top of the mountain. Obviously, I get the reason they haven't opened the chairlift is that if you had multiple people coming down these, then obviously, like, it would just remove all the snow, it'd be really dangerous. But I'm hoping that if we walk all the way to the top, bit of exercise, you know, feel a bit good, and also, you know, we'll have some fresh powder, even if there is potentially some grass and rocks right underneath. This is hard work. You know, when people now ask me why I did the fan dance, it was actually in preparation of climbing Glen Shee, and no other reason. Well, here we are. Not that you can see absolutely anything, like the visibility is absolutely dreadful, but we have made it to the top of the mountain. This is the peak. There is so much snow here, it's kind of scary. I mean, like, look how deep my boots are. I'm going to be honest, like, skiing down, I'm a bit nervous for, because, well, some of the ice in places is treacherous. I mean, it is like sheet ice, there is no snow on top of it, so we're going to have to try and pick out the areas that there are snow. The problem is, as you can kind of see, well, you can't really see where there is snow, so it's not looking ideal, but well, yeah, hopefully it'll be a bit of a better ski than
the 50 meters that we were getting on the pull lift down there. So, and away we go. Oh my lord. You know what? That was actually really quite fun. It was worth it, definitely worth it. Onwards and upwards with the skiing. I think the thing that I'm loving most about this, like, and admittedly, look, don't get me wrong, the skiing here is definitely not exemplary or, you know, ideal, but, you know, it's just being in the mountains, being in the snow. It's so relaxing, it's so freeing. I'm not there, as I say, when I always do these things. I'm not scrolling, I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm simply thinking about making sure that I don't fall over, enjoying the fresh air in my lungs, and, you know, taking advantage of the beautiful views that we're surrounded by, and they are beautiful. You know, would you find better snow in, I don't know, Switzerland or France? Absolutely, but for the price that you get this for, and for everything else that comes with it, and the fact that, you know, you still get the experience, you still get that, and if you are a learner or a beginner, unreal place to come. You know, it's been kind of fun so far, it really has. Anyways, I think we're going to head to lunch now, which I'm very much looking forward to, because apparently the cafe here is excellent, and then we're probably going to go and climb one of those up there, I think, although we haven't really worked it out yet, and do another proper, like, full run, because that one this morning was really fun, even though a little bit sketchy in parts. Oh, that's it. Food with a view. What more can a man want? You know what? Actually really good food. Great thing about that was that everyone was really nice as well. Like, they were there helping you clear the plates. She was very, you know, she was asking me all the questions about what I had, what my dietary restrictions were. I was very surprised. Honestly, in France, there's none of that. You just get served whatever you get served, and whatever's put in front of you better bloody eat, otherwise they're going to frown at you even more. And the even better part about this afternoon is they've also opened the first chairlift. Who needs France, eh? I say it once, I say it again, I say it every time, and I continue to say things that I repeated throughout this video, but holidaying in the UK is so underrated. Like, it's so affordable. I mean, honestly, who would have thought a chairlift in Scotland? Can't make this stuff up. Slopes, man, it's sick. It's sick. If you've never been skiing before, learn how to ski. It's literally the best thing that you can possibly do. I am so grateful that I learned how to ski when I was younger, because this is hands down my favourite thing to do in the entire world. There is nothing better than it. So we're back. We actually had to stop off halfway because it was getting dangerous. Like, we were doing a lot of driving yesterday. Now, I think the great shame is that the entire ski resort will be open this weekend. I'm talking black runs, I'm talking snow park, I'm talking the full Monty. But, you know, as they say, you have to make hay while the sun shines, and to be honest, I feel like that's what we did. Now, for the bit that you're probably interested in, how much did everything actually cost? So to begin with, accommodation for the night was £30. The ski pass for one day was £32. Ski hire was £28. Although if you do some research online, there's actually a place just outside of the resort where you can hire skis on the day for £13. So yeah, have a look for that. I then spent £45 on travel and £27 on food. Most of that was to do with the fish and chips that I had. So yeah, all in all, the entire cost of the trip was £162, which is far less than even taking a 20 kg bag to Geneva for a skiing holiday, let alone actually getting on the slopes or doing any actual skiing. And also, if you decided to stay for the night and you booked the hostel, you could do it for £85, and you would probably spend less on driving and fuel because you wouldn't be driving 60 minutes to get to the ski resort each day. Now look, what are the key takeaways? Now firstly, you don't need stacks and stacks of money to go skiing or to have fun in that sense. You know, having adventures is where the actual fun is, and adventures are simply determined by the people you meet or the people you spend time with and your willingness to try different things that may not necessarily be in your comfort zone. The Oxford Dictionary defines an adventure as an unusual and exciting or daring experience, and that can be anything as long as you're willing to put yourself out there. Where in there does it say that adventures need to be expensive or need to be comfortable? Sometimes all you need to do is just do. But yeah, I think my final take home is even if it does snow, you need to wait 2 or 3 days before booking because they simply just don't have the manpower to get everything open. And in truth, that makes it near impossible for anyone to really book a ski holiday unless you're willing to be incredibly spontaneous and drive up on the day, which I highly recommend. Having said that though, insane place to learn if you're a beginner. Like, I highly recommend. Anyways, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it. If you want to see me go on any other adventures, or if you have any other adventures in mind that you'd like to see me try, please let me know in the comments below. But yeah, anyways, as always, please make sure you like, subscribe, check out my other videos, and yeah, have a lovely day.